it was terrible, terrible, traumatic. I can't begin to explain to you what Bergen Belsen was like. If you think that hell was something ever described, nothing can compare to Bergen Belsen. Nothing, nothing. And there we were for 6 days, and the 6th day, when we heard that the German SS ran away and the Hungarian SS took over, that was the last day, the late day of the liberation, but we didn't know we'll be liberated in a few hours. Outside of the barbed wires were big piles of turnips, and we didn't eat 6 days, nothing. No water. We went to the toilet, and there were running down the pipe some drips of water, so people went over and hold the finger to wet their tongue with a drop of water. So when we saw the Hungarian SS is taking over, the German SS is not anymore there. We could see them because all around were those towers with SS. So some people dared to go between the wires to grab a turnip. They opened fire, the Hungarian SS, and they shot so many girls from our camp also, a few. It was terrible. Anyway, that was the next day we were liberated by the British. And very many people died after the liberation because everybody got infected with typhoid. When the British came in, people were too weak even to rejoice. There was more crying and mourning than joy. We realized our losses. It was so terrible, that moment. And at one moment, you felt the danger is over. Whoever survived will maybe live. On the other hand, we realized it's too late. It came so much too late, the liberation. We lost so much, we saw so much. It was so terrible to learn the things that we learned during the war, that we saw during the war. Lots of us lost our faith in mankind because we didn't know why nobody comes to help us. We didn't know that the Germans are only the bad ones. We didn't know nothing. We were shut off completely from the whole world. We didn't know what's happening in the rest of the world, nothing. In the Logic Ghetto, there was no newspaper, maybe there was a clandestine radio. I hear that some people had it, but the general population never knew it. So when it came to liberation, it was indescribable, our feeling. It was a terrible, terrific relief that it's over, and at the same time facing all the terrible heartache and the sorrow. So we were staying and we were crying, and at one moment we were laughing, and the British said, relax, we are here, you won't be any more hurt, we won't let you hurt. And then we saw a tank coming, and on the tank was staying the camp commandant of Bergen Belsen, Kramer was his name. And we saw him in chains and handcuffed and so on, and with soldiers guarding him. The moment was unbelievable.